Alright, everybody, welcome back to another One Piece review. Today, we are talking about the arc Whiskey Peak. I'm not gonna lie, when I looked up to see which arc was next, and I saw the name Whiskey Peak, I was like, huh? I had to look it up and be like, what was Whiskey Peak? And to me, so Whiskey Peak is like the start of the whole, it's really what introduces a lot of what is the next really big thing. So I guess in my mind it was already some of that, but I had kind of forgotten about this arc, but it's a good one. So without just hopping around it, like I'm going to spoil something from like year 2000, Whiskey Peak, the Straw Hats, they're now on the Grand Line, you know? And like I said, what was it, Mr. Nine, and then Miss Wednesday, I think is what she goes by. They're like, hey, guess what? We need to go to Whiskey Peak. They abandon ship. The Straw Hats arrive, and they're greeted with like people loving them. Oh, the Straw Hats, yeah. And they're like, oh, let's party. So they begin to party. They're eating, they're drinking, they're Sanji's, having a good time flirting with all the girls there. And if I can remember right, Nami is not buying it. She's like, this is mysterious. Everyone loves us. They don't even know us. Like, what's going on? And like the mayor of the town, whose name I can't remember. I did forget. He's actually an important character, so I'm gonna look it up right quick. Igarum. So this guy's name is Igarum, and he's got this really wacky hair. He makes this certain noise that I can't remember right now. Like every time he sings, like it's almost like he's like tuning his voice to sing like ma 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 or something like that. I'll have to find a clip. Ma ma ma. But it's very annoying. I'm just gonna say that. But it's not as annoying as some of the laughs that show up later in One Piece. But so they're there, and it turns out Nami's right. Everyone there is working for this big organization called the Baroque Works. Remember the name, because that is like the whole thing for this next arc. It's like, well, I guess the next saga, I guess what they're calling it, because the first was like the East Blue Saga. This is called like the Alabasta Saga, and this is some of my favorite stuff in One Piece. The Alabasta stuff is really what just grabbed me. Like, this is the reason I like really fell in love with the anime. So I'm starting to get excited talking about it. So the Baroque Works is made by all kinds of people, and they like level up. So there's like people like Mr. 10 or Mrs. 10. I don't see, there's Mr. and Mrs. this numbers. And every number, when it goes up, is like closer to Mr. Zero, who's like the guy. And every number person has like either a holiday or a name of the week as a person. So like Mr. 9, and his partner is like Miss Wednesday. So like it works like that. And while they're there, like everyone on the island ended up being like part of this Baroque Works. They were put on this front that they like the Straw Pirates. And so they eventually try to attack them, and Zoro takes on like the whole village and like does it without sweating. And something stupid happens, like Luffy saw something, but Luffy was asleep, so he missed that they're bad guys. So he gets mad at Zoro. He's trying to fight Zoro, and it's stupid. And then talking about the Baroque Works, I believe the dude's name is Mr. 5. His partner is Miss Valentine. They show up, and they're like, hey, guess what? There's want to use a spy, or 2 reviewer spies. We got a mole in our system here. And it turns out that the spies were Igram and Miss Wednesday. So Igram, I think, was like Mr. 8. Something like that. And Mrs. Wednesday is actually a princess. So Igram is like her bodyguard-ish type person. They've infiltrated Baroque Works because their country, Alabasta, is in shambles. And it's being ran by Mr. Zero, and they're trying to take him out. And while they got outed, Vivi ends up spilling the beans that Mr. Zero is one of the 7 warlords of the sea who goes by Crocodile. So I don't remember who she told. I kind of think it was Nami. So Igarum decides, hey, guess what? We've been outed. Like, they found out. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take the fall, and I'm gonna give the Straw Hat Pirates this massive reward for taking you home, getting you home safely. So Miss Wednesday's real name is Vivi. I don't know if I said that already. Princess Vivi. She has a giant duck named like, oh man, what is it? Karoo. Yeah. The duck's name is Karoo. Or Karu. I don't know. You got this giant duck, and they pretty much joined the Straw Hat Pirates for this journey to Alabasta. And right before they leave, they're confronted by like the highest ranking female in the Baroque Works, whose name is Miss All Sunday. And I don't remember what the confrontation, the threat was, but she doesn't really do anything to them. And I can't even remember if her power is displayed here. And then they leave, because they have to go there for their log post to, like, you know, I'm assuming some of you have seen the show and you're just watching my reaction. For the people who haven't seen the show, the log post has to, like, configure where to go next. And now they're off to Little Garden. I do know that much. So the next time we talk One Piece, we'll be talking about Little Garden. And I have some opinions on Little Garden, so come back. So the review part's over. I always like to tell you where I'm at currently in my One Piece watch. I'm currently, I can't say the name. I don't remember what it's like. Saboti. There's like a big long A name. I've heard him mention it once. I'm not very far into it yet. Very unexpected things have happened, but like I said, we'll get there eventually. Where I get to talk about it. I think I'll eventually catch up with these reviews if I keep doing this consistently, because the arcs tend to be long. So let me know what you think about the Whiskey Peak arc. See, the fact that this arc is not very long, and I've spent 10 minutes talking about it, tells you I liked it. It's good stuff. Whiskey Peak takes 4 episodes. Short arc, good stuff. Like I said, let me know what you think. Comment section below. Like, subscribe, check out the other ones. I'll see you next time.